Hello everyone, Laser Dave here from Trotec Laser. I'm thrilled to be back with another captivating deep dive. Today, we're exploring the incredible potential of using your Trotec laser to cut channeling for a neon-looking, glowing and strobing electroluminescent LED wire. This technique allows you to create fast, eye-catching light-up signage and pop art. I'm super excited about this one, so let's jump right in and light things up. These sturdy neon string lights easily bend into any shape you need. They can also be cut into any length and used for long-term use. L-wire is affordable at under $2 each and comes in all colors. Scan the QR code or see the link below to order. This deep dive video will show every step of the process for creating a laser cut file to utilize this L-wire with laser materials to create neon-looking light-up signage and art. This example project will use 3mm neon green and 3mm mirrored acrylic plastics. Scan the QR code or see the link below to order these materials. In addition to 3mm sheet stock, sheets or a roll of double-sided tape will also be needed for this project. Scan the QR code or see the link below to order this tape. To get started, remove the protective film on the mirror side of the mirrored acrylic. Then, place a sheet of double-sided tape directly onto the mirror surface and trim the edges. Next, remove the protective coating from one side of the neon green acrylic, in this example. Then, remove the double-sided tape from the mirror surface, exposing the reflective sticky surface. Gently place the layers together so that they touch. Do not place any pressure or force them together, as the goal is to keep them from tightly adhering together, as you will see in the coming steps. Now it is time to set up the design file. This deep dive will use the CorelDRAW drawing software to set up the laser cut file. Open any version of CorelDRAW and go to a new page. This process will work with any vector art, but I will use basic text in this example. Select the text tool and type out the text. Return to the pick tool and drag out the text, or type in the desired dimensions. You can change the font if you like. A more curved font works better, so I will change to an Arial rounded font. With the font selected, go to the color palette and right mouse click on the black color to create a black outline, then left mouse click on the red slash to remove the fill. While the text is still selected, click the Object drop-down menu and select Convert to Curves. Next, select the Window drop-down menu, then select Dockers, then Corners. The corner docker will show on the right side. Select Fillet and change the radius to 0.15 inches or 3.8 millimeters. Then select Apply. This will apply this radius to any of the graphic's tight corners. This step is crucial for the process to work correctly, and it will work on any font or vector graphic. Next, change the line thickness to the thickness of the wire. The measured L-wire diameter is 0.085 inches or 2.16 millimeters. If your CorelDRAW is set for points, this would be a 6.12 point line. Select the drop-down menu, Object, then select Convert Outline to Object to convert that single thick line into an object. Go to the color palette, right mouse click on the red and left mouse click on the slash to convert the object to a red cut line with no fill. This will produce the channeling. Please note that the graphic can no longer be resized after this step. Next, you need to create holes to bring the wire to the channel. Select the circle tool on the left toolbar. Draw a single circle, then change the radius to match the L-wire diameter, 0.085 inches or 2.16 millimeters. Select that circle, then select Ctrl+D on the keyboard to duplicate the circle. Move the circle next to the first circle to produce a figure 8 looking image. Then select both circles, right-click on the color blue on the color palette and turn the two circles blue. Select both circles and move them into the base of the first red channel. With the circles still selected, select Ctrl+D on the keyboard to duplicate the circles and move the copy to the second letter. Repeat this process until every letter channel has 2 small blue circles at the base. If the design has an inside channel, such as the inside of the letter O, then additional blue circles will need to be added, which is not shown in this example, so every channel has 2 blue circles. To create an outline cut line for this sign, select the rectangle tool from the left toolbar. Draw a rectangle around the text. Select the shape tool to radius the corners. Select the pick tool again. With that rectangle selected, right-click blue to convert the outline to blue. Now select just the lettering and small blue circles and group them together. Then, select everything with the pick tool. Click the letter C and then E on the keyboard. This will center the letters onto the rectangle. The design is now complete. Save the design file. This same process will work with most vector shapes or designs. Place the sheet of sandwiched acrylic in the laser that was completed earlier. Use the autofocus or manual focus tool to focus on the material surface, and then close the laser lid. Open the Ruby Laser software. Import or drag the design file into the Prepare screen in Ruby. Use the red pointer to target the material or the overhead camera, shown here, to place the design onto the material. Select a custom-created material parameter from the materials list that will need to be created before processing. Save the design, and then select Push to Laser. Push Start on the laser to start the file. This custom parameter is designed to use blue to cut both layers of material all the way through. For the Speedy 360 80-watt laser shown in this example, the settings to do that are 100% power, 0.35% speed, and 2000 Hz. Testing to determine these parameters is recommended for other wattages and machines. The red color is adjusted to cut only the top 3mm layer of material and not go all the way through both layers. On this Speedy 360 80-watt laser, the settings to do that are 100% power, 1% speed, and 2000 Hz. Once finished, remove from the laser. You will need a sturdy dental pick or tweezers for the next step. Use one of these tools to reach into the laser cut holes under each letter channel and pull out the top layer. Pull the laser cut channel up and out until it can be removed. This step is much easier if the sheets are not tightly adhered together, which is why the sheets were not pressed together when combined. Then, repeat this process on all the letters. This will produce a perfect custom laser cut channel for the lighted L wire with an adhesive backing designed to hold the wire inside the channel on the reflective mirror. Once all the channels are completely removed, use a roller or your hands to press the 2 layers together firmly. Select the desired color of L wire and disconnect the battery pack. Unwind the wire and remove the plastic end cap. Thread the wire through one of the laser cut holes on one side or the other, pulling most of it through that hole, leaving enough on the back to reach the center point of the sign. Then, work the wire into the channel, pressing it tight all the way around the letter. Thread the end of the wire out the second hole cut into the acrylic.
Then use the dental pick or something like a Q-tip to press the wire all the way into the channel base so that it sticks to the double-sided tape on the mirror surface in this example. On the backside, thread the wire back up through the second letter and repeat the process until all the channels are filled with the colored L wire. Once finished, wrap up the wire and use scissors to remove any excess. The sign is now ready for testing. Remove the protective plastic from the sign surface. Add batteries to the power module to test the sign and plug it into the L wire. Turn the lights down, then press the power supply button to see the sign light up for the first time. Press the button again to make it blink. Once the sign is tested, the next step, if desired, is to finish the sign's back by cutting some 1/4 inch or 6 mm sheet stock material into a frame. This is thick enough to hide the wire and connectors on the back. The notch opening at the bottom of this frame is designed to hold the power connector in place. Scan this QR code for the 6 mm acrylic used in this example. Then, cut a backplate with holes to hang the sign on a 3 mm or 1/8 inch material sheet stock. Although this CorelDRAW design process for the backplates is not shown in this video, all its designs will be included in the links below. Place the frame onto the back, then the backplate onto that frame, and use glue or double-sided tape to bond the layers together. Batteries are not practical for a sign that will be used daily. Here is a link to a USB power adapter that will power this sign using any standard USB power plug. Plug this USB power adapter into the finished sign for the final product. This process will also work on 3 mm finished wood, using the same steps to produce a unique and expensive look. This example was laser cut from 2 layers of veneered walnut wood with a white L wire. Scan the code or see the link below for the wood used on this sign. Splitters can be ordered for multicolor light-up projects, expanding designs to up to 8 colors per power supply. Here is an example with blue, red, and yellow on a green acrylic. This application is fast to produce and has a low material cost, making it a high return on investment. Beyond letters, most basic clip art or vector shapes will work with this process, as shown with this wine glass wall art on a walnut and maple wood with blue and purple L wire. The link below will include all web links to order the L wire, splitters, and materials shown in this video. In addition, all the design files shown in this video can also be downloaded. With your Trotec laser system, the possibilities are endless. Now, go light something up.
If you have any questions, please let us know in the comment section below. And if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for future deep dive videos. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.